Testing, testing, testing. Let's see if we get some audio levels correctly correctified here. I know we're late, but we're going to stir up some sauce. Hopefully we get this flavor. I apologize, even though I had everything set up good to go on time, things still take a little bit of time to get in order. But first, before we get this sauce stirred up, I hope y'all all are having a great Thursday. And for my tardiness, I'm gonna drop y'all a little bit of flavor. But let's get this party started. Never miss another live stream again. Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and click see all notifications. What's the motherfucking deal? I guess it helps to have the motherfucking helps to have the motherfucking sound on, don't it? Yes, that is definitely a good idea. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to Sauce Sports. If you're not familiar with Sauce Sports is a Houston, Texas homer network, so that means we're talking all sports, but only Houston. With that being said, I am your host this evening, Ed Honcho, your Houston homeboy, your Houston homer, a.k.a. HonchoSaucy. And make sure you check out Sauce Sports on the multitude of platforms. You can catch us on the Instagram and the Twitter at Sauce Sports HTX. Make sure you subscribe, you follow, show some love, because sometimes we do some little off-the-wall stuff there. If you are fucking with the Twitch action, catch your boy HonchoSaucy on Twitch. And, Cushy and all that other good stuff. So we're going to talk about some things tonight, man. I know y'all in here got the chat already jumping, and so that's my fault. But let's just go ahead and get this thing rolling as it should be. Y'all know how we start this thing off, man. Got to show y'all a little bit of love, so make sure y'all, shout out where you're from. If you are from the city, make sure you shout out your side with pride. If you're not from the city, man, shout out your city, state, town, hood, clique, set, gang, squad, cul-de-sac, block, avenue, you know what I'm saying? Claim your church if you want to, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, however you get out, man. I don't even really give a shit. Just, let me know what you want to know and how you want to go, and I can show just a little bit of love. Again, I hope all is well. Let's see who we got in the mix, man. While we getting that cracking, we got Wise. What's the motherfucking deal? J-Pac, Rising Phoenix, Houston Homer, Joe Escamilla, White Persuasion, Ray. What's the motherfucking deal? Wink, what's the motherfucking deal? J Dizzle, Sean Real Live from the land of the trio already. Roman Hedgecock in the mix. Titans Up, what's the motherfucking deal? Demarcus, I don't know if I'm saying it right or wrong, but you know what I'm saying. It's all love. Brandon 335, Dr. Rabbit, what's the motherfucking deal? Devontae Love, Ed Man already. Houston Homer, what's the motherfucking? Did I say your name already? But fuck Brandon Books, I got you. Ferocious, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Rick James Popoff, what's the motherfucking deal? Donald Bazille, what's the motherfucking deal? See, I'm rapping and shit now. Already Lawrence Montgomery, Mo City where the girl's so pretty already. Arkansas in the motherfucking house already. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Woodlands, man. Already. Houston currently deployed. Okay, dope. Yes, the Derrick Newton did get released. We will be talking about that. We'll be talking about plenty of other things. We'll be talking about a whole lot of shenanigans. Hot Boy Justo, what's the motherfucking deal? Splashtown, Texas already. It had to go and get cleaned up, man. Yeah, I was looking a little too rough for too long, man. Got to make sure I clean myself up a little bit every now and then. PA all day, Katie in the mix, East Side in the mix already. So yes. No, man, it should be annoying. I got to do something with it before I be wanting to cut them hoes off. It'll be too long, be too much work to deal with. But again, y'all already know how it goes, man. Let's get these minutes corrected and perfected and make sure we do the right thing. So first and foremost, man, we're gonna talk a little bit Texas Baytown. I see you already. I don't know the D Hops. He got those. He cool. Tom Ball in the motherfucking mix already. Nashville already. You know what I'm saying? Not right Vrabel, but I shout out to Nashville. San Marcos. Wolves in 6. Boy, stop. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's see. But yeah, man, first and foremost, man, we're going to talk about the bigger news of the day, and then we're going to talk about the consistent news of the day. And the bigger news of the day is something that I feel like was unexpected. I feel like something that was quite strange, something we had discussed because we were kind of concerned or questioning the future of the situation, and that is Derrick Newton got released. Now, how I feel about this is 50-50. Okay. And I hadn't really got a chance to see everybody else's opinions. I've been out and about all day, so I said I was going to check them out, but I hadn't had a chance to. But I'm going to let y'all know how I feel about this. Honestly, I know a lot of people are upset. I know a lot of people are questioning the move. I know, some people just don't give a shit. He hadn't been available for us, and they're like, what's the point? Was he going to even be available this year? Who knows, right? I don't know. But apparently the signs were looking like we're trending to that he was going to be available. Just recently we heard Bill O'Brien give him a ton of praise, talking about how good he was looking and what he was expecting from him from the near future. And, that he says nobody was working hard, that the guy's there early, he's there on weekends. And so leading you to believe, okay, that they've got some faith, they've got some stock in Derrick Newton. A lot of people are upset saying, hey, Derrick Newton just restructured his contract, and they let him go. You got some guys saying, well, hey, they hooked C.J. Fedorowicz up and they hooked up, whatchamacallit before they left, Why couldn't they show some love to Newton? Well, here's my deal, okay? Here's my deal. And I'm not going to necessarily say that they fucked Newton over, man, because you got to think about the league that we're in. I'm not saying what they did was smooth. Yeah, he's going to get to $500,000. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not even worried about that. He's going to get to $500,000. So Newton won't be fucked over in the long run. And the fact that, they could have, honestly, the Texans could have been on some hoe shit, and they could have, never really showed love from the first time. They put him in a situation where you're still on the team, you're still getting paid. He still made about $2 million while not being able to play, getting to see the best doctors that, the money can buy in the Houston area, to help get in that position again. And of course you say, okay, he lost those legs playing this game. Okay, that's a risk that comes with it. And man, look, trust me, I felt fucked up about it when I saw it. I was like, man, even if he could, he should never try to play again. But at the same time, I don't feel like Derrick Newton just got fucked over. Yeah, he got put in a bad way, man. He got a shitty position, got a fucked up injury, and it's just very unfortunate, the injury that he received. But I don't feel like he just got fucked over, man. The dude didn't play in a year, okay? We know why, and it's fucked up. I'm not saying that he deserved the injury or nothing like that. It's just things you can't help. But we've seen guys get cut on other teams for less, with weaker injuries. You know what I mean? Not even given a chance to have a year or so to rehab or to get in position. So we don't know exactly what they saw. We don't know exactly what was going on. Maybe they didn't see a situation where he was going to be able to contribute again this year. And do you continue to pay a man for 2 years? Like how much work did he put in? It's not like he put in, JJ caliber work. It's not like he got Clowney, like a Clowney resume, even though Clowney's starting to, get there. He's not always there. Brandon Brooks needs to go to the garage. Hey, it's Heidi. Hi, what's going on, Heidi? How are you? But here's the thing. Yeah, that's what I want to get to. That's what I want to get to, though, about the way he got cut. Wink. That's my part about it. Like I say, as far as the business aspect of it, I don't feel like he got fucked over. But where I do feel like he got fucked over is that he went to, what's his name? I can't even think of the dude's name, but basically one of the best doctors in the city. And the doctor said he was cleared, he was going to be good to go, that he would be able to participate in activities. And the Texans still cut him. Now, the Texans, I'm telling you, are on some shady fucking shit. I don't know what it is. But, thinking about that, because we went back to go look at that situation with, what's his name, Lane, from last year when they failed his physical. The Texans easily could have passed him if they wanted to. But they did not want to. And they deliberately look for a reason, because those physicals, they have certain little clauses and little things where teams can kind of, they can adjust it to how they see fit. They can phrase these things how they see fit to say if a guy passes or not. You know what I mean? So my thing is that, yeah, Andrews, exactly. And, these teams will use that shit in their favor and their leverage. My thing is this. because I know a lot of people mentioned about, there's no way that Derrick Newton comes back and plays tackle, maybe moving him into guard and things like that. Well, they went out in the offseason or the free agency. They picked up a couple of guys, a couple of guards, a couple of things like that. So do you see it as, hey, okay, well, this is a situation where even if he is able to come back and play guard for us, he's not going to be one of our better guards. So that, I saw Brandon Brooks saying a bunch of shit. I mean, it's cool to bash the Texans now, even though you had issues. We ain't even going to get on all that shit. But, you know what I mean? The thing is just that, people going to be happy. Of course, you go elsewhere, you do succeed. And, of course, in hindsight, it's 2020. But we've seen a whole lot of shit that is shenanigans from this organization. And, again, like I said, maybe they didn't feel like he was going to get bounced back to a position where they felt like he was going to be an adequate tackle. But still, you're telling me that he wasn't going to contribute as a lineman at all? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the Texans saw. Maybe they feel like, hey, we're going to get healthier, we're going to get younger. Again, their motto has been, we want to get explosive, we want to get faster, but then you go pick up guys like Whedon. It's not necessarily explosive or fast or any of those things, but hey, it is what it is. But again, a lot of us wanted to see that story. Just the same way a lot of us were happy to see the DQ story, to see DQ come back and be a part of this team. The same way we wanted to see the Derrick Newton story, or the guy who basically went down, toward both his patella tendons, and was in a situation where he may never play again. And we were hoping that we get a chance to see him come back on, even if it's just that one play, just to clap, give him that standing ovation, to show that we appreciate the effort that he went to. And but again, it is DQ's not signed either. Okay, see out there, so he just had him there last year. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But again, Joe Webb is Joe Webb. I think we had some mixed feelings on Joe Webb. Some people were cool with him and thought that he could do some shit, and other folks were just not that high on him. But again, like I say, my thing is, I don't feel like in the long run Derrick Newton got fucked over. I just think the way the Texans handled the shit, it just seemed kind of suspect, But again, if the new GM is in some shit to where he's not stressing feelings, he's getting in and he's like, hey, we're going to do what's best for this team. We know we're cutting ties with the old. We're bringing in the new. We're going to do some things that Alexis Texas, our coach, we ain't going to get into that. That'll be a Christian conversation. But the thing is, you say Akeem Hunt too? Damn. Ain't that a bit? But that's what I'm saying. But I mean, obviously, it's a lot of stuff coming out. The Texans having a Me Too moment. The Texans having a Me Too moment, and it's very unfortunate that all these guys are coming out and saying these things about the Texans because, a porn star. You saw what Mia Khalifa did for Deshaun Watson, man. So shit, who knows? We get some more porn stars in the mix, man. We might really be on to something. We might be starting a brand new wave there. So who knows? Who knows what can come of that? But again, sorry about that. Who knows, man? It's just unfortunate, man. It again, like the stream that Spitz said the other day, and we've said it, we've mentioned it, and this has been said before. It's hard to be a Texans fan when you see all these guys. Now, trust me, there's 31 other franchises out there. Texans are the newest franchise still in the league. When have you ever heard guys come out and rip, multitudes of guys from all levels and have things to say and go in on a franchise like that? Especially a franchise with so little history compared to organizations like the Steelers or the 49ers or even the Patriots or whatever else, you know what I'm saying? And this is what all the suspect shit the Patriots have done, It just makes you wonder. DW4 going to end up with all kind of STDs. But it makes you wonder, man. It makes you wonder what's really going on with this organization. And again, it has to be something from the top down for this to be, again, the youngest organization in the league. and all this negativity coming out about it, all these stories, these different things, incidents, and situations that have taken place with the Texans from all types of areas. Hold up, make sure make sure the sound is on. But again, like I say, appreciate the love of Voodoo Child. I took out just like a rocket. I'm gone. I lost you on HonchoSaucy.
Drive by it.
Yeah, I had to bring back the Rockets, man. You know, and honor the Rockets getting into the playoffs. You know, had to bring back Hakeem, man. You know what I'm saying? DW4 but getting plenty of loud. Y'all didn't get no sound of it? The sound didn't go through? Okay. Oh, that's awful. The sound should have went through. I would go ahead and say. But that's awful, man. It should have went through. I had the thing cranked up. It must not be loud enough. I have to see. I have to work it and twerk it. But okay, you got sound. Okay, cool. But my thing is, man, like I say, it's unfortunate because again, like I say, being fans of this team, and then when you start seeing things, because let's be honest, as football fans, especially as Texas fans, we were happy to have football back in town. Okay, happy to have football back in town. Originally, it wasn't about the players, but then now we start finding our way. We start becoming relevant. We finally get a QB. We start thinking that, hey, you know, greener pastures are ahead. Here comes the wicked witch of the fucking, I don't even know what you call him. He's not. He's the fucking Wizard of Oz, by the fucking faker behind the fucking smoking mirrors and shit. You know what I mean? It's just craziness, man. It's just craziness. Like, and with somebody, we were talking about it yesterday. As a matter of fact, let me make sure I put this in the minutes. We were talking about this yesterday. Wink made mention of it. You know, who's really to say? Because a lot of people say, hey, you know what, McNair needs to shrivel up and move on. And it's not even about that because, like, again, who's to say that Cal's not the same way? Who's to say what is it really going to take for the culture of this organization? I took out just like a rocket. I'm gone. I lost you on Hakeem.
Hakeem back IE.
I really appreciate the love. Third coach. Wink, what's the motherfucking deal? The Texans players and coach. Yeah, it's just the owner. Nobody hates. You know, some fans may hate Bill O'Brien. You know, and I can understand why. I can understand the perspective why people don't like Bill O'Brien. I can definitely understand that. I feel, you know, a different way about it. But like I say, I can understand that. But for the most part, nobody really hates him. They would like to see him do better. Of course, they want him to succeed because they want the team to succeed. They feel like he's not utilizing the shit properly. Nobody hates the players. I mean, I'm trying to think of if there's just one player on the Texans that I hate. Other than, I don't hate him, but the only player that I think people actually act like they hate, and they don't even really hate him, they just are extremely disappointed in him, that's Kevin Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, but the thing about it, again, it's not even the Texans, it's the owner. Because who's come out to say, who's came out and said anything bad about Bob? If anybody should have any beef with Bob, it should be. I took out just like a rocket. I'm gone. I lost you on Hakeem.
Hakeem, Rockets gang, edit swag. Harden on GQ cover, hashtag run as one at at.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, hey, Harden was over there looking spiffy on the GQ cover, looking like some shit you find inside a fucking Easter egg or whatever it is. But again, man, like I say, it's not about the Texans as a team. It's about that ownership, man. The things that I've come out and I feel like the beefs were that players really didn't care for that front office. I don't want to say that they just had beef with Rick. I feel like some of them didn't care for him too much. Like that relationship wasn't just tight. You know what I mean? I took out just like a rocket. I'm gone. I lost you on Hakeem. Can we make the new owner sell? Shit, can we make the owner sell? I wish. I mean, it would take some real shenaniganery on his part. It would take some real stuntastic type of conversation coming out of his mouth for it to. Hey, you know what, Hector? That is a great take. Harden is a modern day Murphy with the fucking loud ass outfits. That is a great take. That's the only reason Cal Murphy wasn't tripping when he broke his record. He's like, the suits are loud, The scores are high. I think I like this guy. Hey, look, I don't want the sheriff to pull up on McNair. It'll be a whole nother story. But again, man, like I say, the culture of this Texans team, man, it's gonna be.
I took out just like a rocket from gone. Elijah one Hakeem.
Are you afraid future NFL free agents might shy away from the Texans due to NFL peers?
I don't know if they're gonna shy away, but I know it's not doing the Texans any fucking favors. It's not doing any favors whatsoever for the Texans. This organization is it's hurting. I mean, again, like I said, because you don't know who's looking at it and who's saying, I consider fucking with the Texans. You don't know who these young guys are who are looking like shit. I hope I don't end up on the Texans. You just got to lie, especially like I say, in the day and age where everything that has been going on in society as it is, if you're just not aware, no matter what you believe, if you're just not aware of the tensions of the things that are taking place in society, and you continue to enact these behaviors and engage in this type of stuff, then you deserve everything that falls upon you. But I just hate that it's at the expense of the success of my favorite NFL team. It makes me very sad, makes me very upset. But again, there's so much I wish we could, but we cannot do. But we're going to talk about the Rockets for a few minutes. I want to talk about how important some things are, and that we're taking on the Timberwolves. It's solidified. We talked about it yesterday, and that it would most likely be the Timberwolves with everything that was going on. And so it got certified last night. And I'm tell you how I feel about it. Now, this is playoff basketball, okay? So like I don't want to just rely solely on the regular season and saying, oh man, we beat that ass in the regular season, we did this and we did that. Even though we did do it, we beat them by average about 16 points a game. When you like the street, we need proof of life. Yes. The thing is, again, like I say, is that the Timberwolves have solid talent. And when you're talking about a talented team and having to play this team for up to a possibility of 7 games, it could be an issue. I don't think the T-Wolves will win. I don't really honestly, like, in all reality, don't see them getting more than 1 win. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the new background? Okay. I'm gonna have to save it because I didn't save it off the thing. Matter of fact, but yes. I'm gonna use that. Look, when we start the playoffs, I'm saving that for the playoffs. When we start running with the playoffs, that's what I'm gonna use. Because I got something else different I'm gonna do for the playoffs too. Let me see. We got a text in. Says Honcho got a question. Do you think Brian Gaine knows what he's doing? Also another question. Do you think the Rockets have a chance? Because but I don't think it's gonna happen. Here's my thing. Do I think Brian Gaine knows what he's doing? I think Brian Gaine has a plan. I think he has an agenda. But the only way that we will know if it's really going to succeed is if it has success in the season. I mean, we don't know until it's time to really. I mean, until it's time for it to execute. The Rockets going all the way. Absolutely, I sincerely believe that. I don't see who stops us. My biggest concern, though, again, is second round is going to either be Utah or OKC. And depending on whether or not Luke Mbamute is available, is a big concern to me. Like, I'm serious. A lot of people are just kind of underestimating the value that Mute brought. And they're just kind of discounting, we do have a bunch of other guys, but Bitcoin jumped 1,000 in 30 minutes. What? Okay. See, I'm just looking at that. It was Bitcoin was doing some time for. I'm telling people I think it's gonna do something. Look, my Butte. I'm serious, but you gotta appreciate what he does. He plays defense, but then he can bring you a little bit of offense every now and then. But when Luke drives, I mean, his 3-point shooting is okay, but he probably doesn't need to drive to the basket anymore because he fucks around and keeps getting injured. You know what I'm saying? Being aggressive like that. But he can provide. He's a little bit more versatile than I originally expected. I love what he brings to the team. I mean, it's like having a second Trevor Ariza. But I think that's who's going to have to you're going to have to account for. Not like he has been playing well, but I think Ariza's going to be an X factor in these playoffs, especially this first round. But again, like I say, not concerned about the Wolves. I only see them getting one win, everything being everything, and we can stay healthy. But again, when you play a team that is talented, has a couple of veterans on there. Again, they're not a battle-tested, they're not a playoff-tested team. But then again, like I say, they're a talented roster. That'll make you have to work for it. It's not going to be easy because they're going to be playing. They're going to be feeling like they're fighting for something. They have a chance to upset one of the best teams that ever played the game. They're going to be trying their best to do so. But that second round is going to be very interesting. Utah, I know a lot of people talk about Utah and Gobert. I'm not as concerned about Utah as some people are. I'm more concerned about OKC. Even though I'm not afraid of OKC, I'm more concerned, again, without having Muthaf, without having the guys like that. I'm just more concerned with, like I say, playing against a veteran team. Again, going to make you have to bang it out. Because to me, it's not about the series itself. It's about, I feel like we can get through every series. We can beat every team we play. But it's just about how much effort is it going to take. How much effort is it going to take in each series for us to get through it? And then we're going to have to eventually face Golden State. Will they be at full health? Will they still be dinged up? Will we be at full health? So, I mean, you guys have to understand that in the playoffs, you can't just sleep on anybody. No matter how many times we beat them in the regular season, you still can't sleep on anybody in the playoffs. Again, like these teams are talented. Already chill. We appreciate the love. Trizzy, what's the motherfucking deal? What's my thoughts on the Nays playoff?
I took out just like a rocket. I'm gone. Olajuwon Hakeem.
Just trying to show love.
The thing about the Nays, but again, you won't have to be playing those back-to-backs, if you will. And again, I think that I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if you kind of keep the same situation you have going now, but I mean, he'll be available every game because again, we won't be playing any back-to-back games. And you're gonna just have to let him and Clint play, and hopefully that we don't have to, worry about any injuries. So, did we see what happened? You said he wanted to see with the logo on the palm. What y'all talking about? What y'all over there talking about, man? You say Donovan Mitchell dropping 30. Oh, it takes a polo for 10 on eBay already. Get on my level, got the watch. Yeah, Jersey jocking over there. But again, man, like I say, it's a very, very interesting situation. So you don't want to just overlook the Wolves again, because you got Butler, Wiggins, you got Towns, you're talking about Taj Gibson. You're talking about a talented fucking team, man. Bob McNair out here saving lives. He's not the hero we wanted, but he's the hero we deserved. Yeah. Huh? Yes. Yes, Ray. Gonna make me do it. But again, like I say, it's just Denver might move back and draft. Shenanigans. All right, cool. That's what I want to see. Man, okay, whoever you text, you say you want to do a series prediction on the Timberwolves, you can, if you feel free to have a prediction, go ahead. But trust me, we're going to be talking about each and every game. We will be talking about each and every game. We will have pre- and post-game. We will have pre- and post-game for the entire playoffs, man. Yeah, and my thing is $500,000. What is that? What is $500,000? I mean, when you're talking about millions, I mean, what are you really saving? I don't know. Maybe they have a plan. Maybe they know something that we don't. But I actually can't wait till it gets a little bit closer to the draft. I want to talk about a couple of things. I have a couple of thoughts about some plausible trades. We saved $2 million overall by cutting him. But I mean, yeah, we still could have gave him we still could have hit him with that 500,000. You know, we can sign Cushion back now. Oh my God, if that shit happened, I don't even know how to act. Mr. Killer KB, appreciate the love. Do you really think we're gonna be good this year with this weak ass?
I took out just like a rocket. I'm gone. Elijah one Hakeem.
Already. Man, I think they made some solid moves. Again, like I said, it's gonna be things that we're just gonna have to see how the pieces fall. I'm not gonna say no. Excuse me. And when I'm saying solid, I'm not saying great moves. I'm not saying they made the moves that are going to just solidify everything. But I think they made solid moves in the terms of they upgraded. Not saying we went out and got everything we wanted, and not saying that we went out and did everything and fixed every problem that we had, but the Texans did make some small upgrades. We'll just have to see how everything plays out. Yeah, it was an April 1st signing bonus, so he's going to have to, they do owe him that. I cut myself for $500K. God damn. Self-mutilation for money. Y'all crazy. You talk about $1 million and then we talk about something. Yeah, he filed a grievance, so it's gonna be a very interesting situation with that. I guess I should fix those minutes too. But guess what we're gonna do here? We're gonna fire up the let's fire up the old sauce line for a couple of minutos. So again, if y'all want to text into the sauce line, feel free. If you want to call in, the line should be open now. But man, make sure I get y'all some flavor here. Y'all be letting me forget about the doing the giveaways in here because I be so used to fighting y'all in the fucking Kush Den. We spend all day fighting instead of doing any kind of raffles. I be forget about doing the raffles in the sauce. So we're gonna do it today. It's Thursday. Let's make it worth 50,000, and we'll make it easy. I'm hiding the answer. Last name player who got cut by the Texans today. If y'all can't figure that one out, then y'all don't deserve the 50K. Alrighty, let's see. We got calling in on the sauce line. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in on the sauce line?
Yeah, it's Imperial Garden Chinese restaurant. Your food is ready.
Man, I told y'all I did not order that shit, man.
Yeah, you ordered the 3 chow mein, the 2 wonton soup, and the 4 egg roll, right?
No, 4 egg roll, 2 wonton, 3 chow mein, and I signed.
You have to come here pick up, you know.
No, I don't want to pick it up. You deliver. You said that you would deliver the food.
What? Are you trying to play games with me?
No, you said that you would deliver. I said I pay extra for delivery.
Wait a minute. You're the mother a-hole person who's been calling all week and making the fake order, right?
No. I make the real order. You just never bring it. I'm not going to come pick it up. You're going to have to deliver.
Every time you make the order, you know come pick up.
No,
we know who you are, big boy.
What's the motherfucking deal, man? What kind of sauce you got to splash on the line tonight?
What's up, BD? I was just going to go on about Newton again. If you think about it, when it comes down to the players' money, it doesn't matter what McNair says, blah, blah, blah. To me, that's a bigger thing, not paying our players their roster bonus. That's their money. McNair talking bullshit ain't their money.
Yeah.
But you don't pay them money, I don't know. You think that'll affect them? That's what I want to say. And I'll hang up and let you listen. All right.
All right. Appreciate you calling in, VD. Appreciate you. That's a very good point, man. Bob McNair out there trying to Suge Knight boys. You know, he's trying to hit them with the Birdman. You know, don't want to pay people. You know, after they didn't put in the work, you know what I'm saying? So that's a bet, man. Gonna watch some hockey until H-Town get us some hockey. You know, we gotta look at other places. I don't even know the rules. Hockey, soccer, and basketball are very similar sports. They just have different tools to the scoring. Once I get it all figured out. And shout out to Heidi for the extensive soccer knowledge that she dropped for me. She wrote me a small nonfiction book about soccer, and it was a very, very handy read. I look like I got a hairnet on. Stop. Stop. But again, man, about not paying people their money, that's a real deal. I mean, look, hey, you in your own time calling me names and all that other shit, sticks and stones, may break my bones, words will never hurt me. But you start fucking with my money and you fucking with my emotions, Smokey. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta, that's a very serious issue, because then I think people gonna think about that. They're like, damn, these motherfuckers out there calling people, this is your perception. This is the perception. I mean, whether you agree with it or not, you have people out there who are looking at the Texans like this, okay? And this is the perception. This is real. They're looking at it like, wow, they have a racist owner who doesn't want to pay anybody, who doesn't want to pay guys their money. That's what they're looking at. That's how people are looking at it. Whether that may be 100% true, 80% true, may be completely false. It could be whatever. There can be speculation. There can be assumptions. There can be all kinds of things. We know how we feel, but everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm not going to say anybody's incorrect. I'm just going to present the facts as I see them. Not speculation, not opinions. But I do speculate my opinions. But you have people out there who are looking at the Texans in such a negative light. Because think about, really this summer, really since that incident, who else has really been caught up in some shit other than the Seattle Seahawks thing with Colin Kaepernick today, which stirred up some feathers? The Texans have been the most consistent situation with that. And the thing about Seattle is Seattle had a bunch of guys that kneeled and they had a whole bunch of things going on. So what's going on with that? I'm not completely sure. I could kind of hear something on their behalf. I could kind of see where they're saying that, but at the same time, because as a team, you got to look at it like, okay, well, you started this thing and you realize that it caused a huge uproar. So if you plan to continue doing this, what is your outcome? What is your end goal? What is the thing? And I'm not saying that it's the right thing to do, but as a team, I can see why they may not want to entertain some certain things. So in a situation like that, I hate to say it comes down to you sticking to your guns or getting to do what it is that you really want to do again. That's the choice that they're going to make you make, man. And so, wow. Bregman for 50 games for PED. Stop. All right. Hold on. What's the motherfucking deal, Wink? What you got to splash on the line tonight?
Man, it's so funny what you were just saying about that Seahawks situation. Like, Ned and Michael Bennett, potentially Cam Chancellor going to either retire. They in trade talks with they potentially could trade Earl Thomas and Sherman is gone now. Like, now they a bunch of good guys now that their identity gone. First it was Marshawn. He was the first piece of the puzzle. The rest of the players don't respect their coach. Now they were a stellar organization who were in favor of dudes protesting. Now protesting is a big deal. Just like it was for Marvin Lewis when they were talking about getting Eric Reed. Like, this shit is absolutely ridiculous. And everything you said in terms of the speculation, this was the worst time that some shit like this could have happened. You already got players out here filing grievances, and he gonna win that bitch too. Yeah, like, the fact that you have two notable doctors in Houston that said this man was clear. Bill O'Brien already sullied that when he said, yeah, he's good to go and he's progressing well and this and that, and he's in the building at 6 a.m. for the last, like, I don't know how many months. His body looks completely different. Like, and I've been saying that, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, now he ain't worth the fuck now. Just go ahead, get rid of him when you don't even have depth in place to cut him. You could have waited till you drafted, then cut him on June 1st to save way more money if you were in the business. But clearly the Texans aren't in the business. They just like, man, fuck this nigga, get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? And it's a shame that it has to be like that, but that's clearly what it is. And why do you think so many other Texans and people that was a part of the team have everything to say? Because they know this ain't no stellar organization. Yeah. That's my call. I'm going to go in and listen to y'all opinion, and y'all keep the stocks going. Elijah Juan Hakeem.
Already, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see what that comment was I was requested to say. I think I just missed it. Say Prince can ball. Prince can ball. You want me to say fuck your couch also? Is that what you want me to say too? I dare you. I dare you to go out and challenge him. You know what I'm saying? And make sure your friends was there. Make sure you got cameras. Prince can ball. I ain't fucking with you tonight, Ray Ray. Goddamn. But you think I just go to somebody's house and just put my feet all over the couch and yeah, I remember going to Eddie Murphy's house and putting my feet all over his couch. Why'd I do it? Because you could afford another one. That was when he fucking just flipped us. That was the funniest fucking shit. We might have to talk about that in the Christian. That was Dave Chappelle and some of those real Hollywood stories. That was some of the greatest skits ever, man. But again, man, I just find it unfortunate because, again, like I say, that's something we had speculated. We had talked about in the roundtable and things like that. The possible future of Newton, would they move him inside? We'd seen him play guard. Well, not that I recall, but I know if you guys in the roundtable had mentioned and they were saying about Newton. Okay, hold on. We got some sauce coming in on the line tonight. Rising from the ashes, what's the motherfucking deal? What kind of sauce you want to splash on the line tonight?
Hey, I wanted to talk about the Derrick Newton cut.
Okay.
All right, so I'm not surprised at all. Like, not even a little bit. I mean, I get it's kind of fucked up that we let him go before he could get his roster bonus.
Yeah.
But again, at the end of the day, it's a business. If you can save even $500,000, I guarantee you, everybody in the chat, everybody in the sauce, they would do it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the guy had to relearn how to walk. And we were supposed to pay him to be on the team. I get that we should have been loyal or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's a business. That's all I had to say about it.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you calling in, Mr. Rising Phoenix, the duck that rises from the ashes, splashing a little bit of sauce on the line, man. I agree, but see, that's the thing too, though, that I see, and I appreciate you calling in. The thing that I see too is that it was a roster bonus, and technically he was on the roster on the first, and so that's my thing. So that's why I see that they're going to have to pay him that. He's going to have to get that money. Now, anything else and beyond it, like I said, I felt like what they did while he was out, I can't complain on that because, again, we've seen guys get hurt and say, oh, well, oopsie daisy, hope you figure it out, have a nice life. The Texans didn't have to continue paying him. They didn't have to even try to restructure the contract. They didn't have to do any of those things. They could have went a completely different route. And that's why I said they could have been complete hoes about it. But I do believe that knowing the situation that the man is in and everything that he went through, you talking about extra funky in the grand scheme of things, to us, $500,000 is some change. But, you're talking about the owners and to teams like this, extra $500,000, if you ain't giving everybody $100 million fucking contracts, then, you can spare that here and there. And, you can help this guy have a little bit more quality of life as he goes on to try to figure out, whatever else that they could do. But again, like Doug said, like Minnie said, it is a business. But the thing is, like I say, if that was a roster bonus for being on the team April 1st, then he deserves to be paid that. And he will get paid that. Outside of that, I can't complain about too much more of that. Pay the man, Rick. No, man. So that shows, and this, talking about that whole situation, that makes me really think, that makes me think about the barbecue and all the shenanigans that went down, from the My President is Black whole situation. That's probably why Robinson didn't stick around, man. There's a lot of things that I think have been going on in this organization that some of these things we'll never know. Probably not our business to know, because if we did know, we'd probably be disgusted with some of these things. And some of the shit we'd probably be mad about. But it's just unfortunate the way that all these things are coming out now. It would be different if this was a 30 for 30 or some shit, 20 years later after the Texans fucking won a Super Bowl and we were really getting some in-depth shit about the Texans and some mess like that. But when you're talking about while this shit is still going on, while this shit is fucking currently happening, you know what I mean? While this shit is I'm glad I'm going to got a ring and went to the Pro Bowl. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That hurts. That hurts, man. Yeah, exactly. Gain, and that's the thing though. That's what I say. I'm not mad about Gain for that because he's got a job to do, and so he's gonna put his stamp on the roster. He's gonna make things look the way he wants to, and it is what it is, man. I can't be mad at any other thing. Do I think that players becoming too liberal? Yeah, I do. I think everything overall, the society is becoming way too liberal, and I think that, one, because, social media is heavily influenced by liberal people, and I'm not knocking whatever political beliefs you have, but I do think things are being overly swayed in one direction. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna check the rest of that. I'm gonna check the rest of the Twitter thing. The liberal is just political beliefs, and when I'm talking about liberal, I'm talking about a whole wide array of things. And I think what happens a lot of time is certain conversations get intertwined into what is a liberal conversation, what is, certain categories, I think, get lumped into things that shouldn't be. I mean, like I say, that's definitely a soft society, Christian conversation, because it's a lot. Exactly. Like I say, even myself, originally I was, as I said, originally, like I said, I had more, what would you say, conservative, left-leaning views. But then again, like I say, certain things happen in my life and I started understanding things differently. And certain areas I have more conservative-leaning views. And I think that a lot of people really do, but I think a lot of people just don't understand a lot of the stuff that they support and why they're supporting it. But again, that's a whole political conversation. We can talk about that shit in the Kush Den if y'all want to. We can talk about whatever's clever. But speaking of the Kush Den, we're going to get one of those rolling here shortly, probably about 10, 15 or so. We're going to wrap up the sauce here shortly, and I want to say I appreciate everybody who came through fucking with the flavor tonight. Tomorrow is fucking Friday. Okay, as we're getting closer to the beginning of the NBA playoffs, we'll have some very fresh new flavor. Okay, and tomorrow I'm gonna record something. I haven't recorded a video in a while. It's been the straight live streams for quite some time, so I'm gonna record a video. I've been saying it, but I'm gonna drop it tomorrow. A couple of them. I had some Rockets ones I've been meant to do before the playoffs ever came, but we'll make it shake. We'll make it shake. But again, we'll be in the Kush Den here shortly, about 10:15. Make sure you're there. Probably do a little bit of gaming with Shaq Kush later on tonight. Probably get on the PUBG, or we'll finish our way out. So if y'all fucking with that, make sure you fucking with the Twitch channel. With those things being said, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I appreciate everybody who came through, showed some love through the super saucy, super chat love. I feel like I'm about to sneeze, so if I do, I do. If I don't, then, I'm a soldier because I held it in. Yeah, I do need to drop some recorded things. What I think I'm going to start doing with the recorded is maybe kind of touch on issues that I mean to speak on that day, and then kind of in the sauce, more interaction with the live stuff. So we'll figure it out. The Kush is, it'll be about 10:15, so about 15 minutes we'll be in the Kush Den, stirring it up. Say late night is your show time. Oh, don't tell me you watching the Scandal. That hurts my feelings. But hey, do your thug thing. Well, that's the BET, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all coming through, following through, showing love to the sauce. Make sure y'all here tomorrow, man. Fucking Friday. We're going to stir up some stuff. We're going to stir up plenty of flavor. And I'll see y'all shortly if y'all are going to be in the Kush Den. With that being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Most of all, y'all stay saucy, Sauce Nation. Nobody, no motherfucking fresher motherfucking ingredients than y'all. With that being said, I'm chuck up the deuce. Y'all be cool, man.